Hey y'all, it's me. I'm back. I know it has been a little while since I have done any updates on my post surgical stuff. Um, I had an appointment at the surgeon's office yesterday, and I also had one 5 weeks ish prior to that one that I also didn't give any updates for. Um, in the prior, I was able to get a recommendation from the surgeon for some sort of therapy. The adjusters have not seemed willing to talk to me about that. They did call my PT and ask like some follow up questions just to be like, has this ever come up before? Have you heard anything? And she was overwhelmingly like, yes, we have talked about this since a few months after the injury. This has come up a few times. I don't know, he seemed kind of weird about it. Um, I'm really anxious about bringing it up myself, even though that I know that I should. Um, he said that we would have a scheduled phone call between that appointment and the one yesterday, and that never happened. He never told me when the scheduled appointment was, but either way, he never called me. And the last time we did speak, he was quite short with me, to be honest, because the appointment yesterday had not yet been made, and he called me and he was like, hey, you just need to make that appointment. And I was like, oh, okay. And then he just hung up on me. I don't know if he was in a meeting, if he was rushed. I try not to assume the worst of people because he had been much more agreeable than anybody else that I have met from the Zenith so far. But something about that just kind of, the way that he talked to me just kind of shook me. It made me really anxious about asking about it again. I don't know where we're really at with that, but physically speaking, I am healing good. Mental health aside, like, I am coming along. Um, I do think that I should be back at work, like, by August. I asked them about potentially learning to roller skate. I asked my PT first, and she said maybe next summer, just to be sure. I asked the surgeon's assistant, and she said, because I didn't actually have time to talk to the surgeon at that point yesterday, but because the appointments go fast. But she was like, it shouldn't be that long. It should only be 6 months. And then I brought up, well, when you're learning the absolute basics, you do have to learn how to fall correctly so that you don't hurt yourself. And I wasn't sure if I was ready to start practicing falling at that point. And she's like, oh, when you bring that up, I don't really know. So I think I'm going to follow my PT's advice and just kind of wait until next spring, just to make sure, because I don't want to be the reason something gets messed up. I'm starting to drive again because I feel more confident in being able to stop if I need to. Like if there like a deer runs in the road or something, I feel like I would be able to stop more quickly than previously. So that's also good. Um, what else? I don't know if there's anything medically new, I don't think, to report. Still going to PT twice a week. All that good stuff. I still can't lift 50 pounds again. And we've been focusing more on lower body at PT still. So that's part of why I'm not back at work yet, because they do have that, like, they have the job for me still. They have been holding my position. I just have to, I have to be able to do the work. And that's kind of stressing me out. But I know that progress, it happens when it does. I started taking, after my workouts, I started taking creatine, and I started taking L-glutamine, I think. They're two different things that you can take, but one of them specifically works with proteins, and I don't have the bottle in front of me. But I've been taking those two things to try and kind of encourage that muscle growth and things. But that's kind of new, so I haven't really noticed a difference yet. And I don't know if it's more important to take before or after a workout. Everything that I've read seems to suggest that consistency is way more important than when in the day you actually take it. So I don't know. I'm hopeful that that helps. I just wanted to give you a quick update because I had been neglecting it, and that is my bad, honestly, because I know a few people are interested. It really just has been like mentally, I just feel so fatigued, and I don't want to come off as like really glum all the time. So, yeah, I think that's all I have to report. I will see you all next time.